Hello everyone, Dominic Caminata here, along with Nick Richmond at the Freedom Initiative. So I just wanted to share a personal story about the COVID-19 vaccine and just giving everybody a little bit of advice as it pertains to this vaccine. So my grandmother, who's in her upper 70s, she's diabetic, she has some heart troubles. She recently got COVID, tested positive, and was in the hospital for a few days. And the good news is she recovered, her own immune system fought it off just fine. But shortly after her visit to the hospital, at the tail end, the doctors started talking about administering her the vaccine. And they started telling her that she needs the vaccine because if she doesn't get the vaccine and she gets COVID again, it could be even worse the next time around, right? So my grandmother thankfully has a lot of faith in my ability to do research and look at some of the questions that she should be asking. So she made sure that the nurse contacted me. So the nurse calls me when my grandma's still in the hospital and starts telling me that my grandma's doing good and she's in good spirits and she's recovering just fine. And then she started talking about the vaccine. She said, we highly recommend that your grandmother get the COVID-19 vaccine. I said, okay, well, let me ask you a question. Do you have a packet insert for that vaccine that my grandmother can see that clearly outlines the ingredients that are inside the vaccine and what the potential side effects are? And she says, no. I'm like, you know what I mean by packet insert, right? Every drug that's administered to anybody at any pharmacy or any hospital should have a packet insert with it that clearly outlines what the ingredients are. So you as a nurse or a pharmacist know if there's any ingredients in there that your patient may be allergic to. So you know not to jab that in their arm. So if you guys could please provide us with a packet insert for the COVID-19 vaccine, I would greatly appreciate it, because in order for us to make an educated decision, give informed consent, which is what that is, it's informed consent, we need to know what's inside the vaccine. So she asked the doctor, I hear her talking to a doctor in the other room. She's like, do we have any information or any packet insert for the COVID-19 vaccines that we administer in this hospital? And guess what the doctor said? No, we don't have any information. I said, so you mean to tell me that you're jabbing people in the arm with an experimental emergency use vaccine and you have no clue what's inside of it? And you're going to question people that are skeptical about this? If I hear about, medical fraud, I mean, there's so many violations being made there. I don't even know where to begin. But I said, kindly, my grandmother will not be taking your biological experimental drug. And I suggest highly that you figure out what the hell is inside that drug before you keep stabbing it in people's arms. So it's time for everybody to wake up when it comes to these vaccines and look at how blatantly corrupt this is. And if you want to test this out for yourself, go to any pharmacy or any hospital that's administering this COVID-19 vaccine and simply ask them for the packet insert that tells you what's inside of it. And you're going to get one of two answers. You're going to get, we don't have one, or you're going to get a booklet. I'm not making this up. A booklet that says intentionally blank. It's literally a blank booklet that has nothing inside of it, which means all these doctors, nurses, and pharmacists are injecting people by the millions without any information on what's inside that vaccine. All right? So think twice, use your own common sense, ask questions. This is my own personal experience. They were going to try to jab my grandmother, and I fortunately stepped in and stopped that from happening. So I appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully it helps you guys out and adds some enlightenment to the vaccine discussion. So I appreciate it, and go Freedom Initiative.